Megan here with Barn Besties. Sadly, my bestie Steffi is not here, but I get to see her very soon. And I have Heather with me of Gasper Dressage. And where are you from, Heather?
Kansas City.
Kansas City. And she is a dressage trainer.
Yep.
And she competes FEI and she snowbirds it with me. And so I wanted to talk about your history. So how did you fall in love with horses and why?
It's kind of corny. My grandpa gave me a My Little Pony when I was like an infant. And apparently I never let it go. And then my grandma used to ride horses and my mom did.
Oh.
So it's kind of like the little toy brought me back to like the family wanting to be with horses, and I kind of just got obsessed, and I never let it go.
And your family was supportive.
Yes.
I love this.
Yeah.
And so as you were growing up, did you get to own a horse? Did you take lessons? What does that look like?
I never personally owned a horse until I was like, I think I've owned a horse for 5 years. So I think I was 30 when I got my first horse.
Wow.
So I rode lesson horses, and then when I couldn't ride lesson horses, I worked at multiple barns and worked off whatever I could to ride other people's horses.
And I should take a step back. Where'd you grow up?
Byron, Illinois.
Oh, no. I should have never found this out about you.
I know.
Wisconsin and Illinois do not work. We don't get along, even though I love Heather.
I don't like to admit that I'm from Illinois. Like, my family, most of my family's in Wisconsin, so I don't like to admit that.
Transplant! Yeah. So, and as you were, like, in high school, so did you clean stalls, or just take lessons? Like, were you the barn rat?
So I had lots of different jobs. As soon as I could, I started working so I could ride. I worked at a therapeutic riding center, Hope Rains Ranch. I was a volunteer for a long time, and I was a leader for the horse, and I was also a sidewalker. And then that kind of evolved into me working on the weekends a bit, like doing the barn chores, and I got to ride some of the horses to keep them exercised. And then I kind of like traveled around and found horses wherever I could, and like offered to help to do anything to like have that time with the horses.
Yeah, you got the bug, and once it's in your blood, it's over. Yeah. And so, did you go to college?
I did. I went to William Woods University in Fulton, Missouri.
4 horses.
Yep, and I got an equestrian science major. And while I was there, I rode dressage all 4 years, but I also rode hunter jumper in conjunction to my dressage for 2 semesters. I also learned how to longline drive, and then we learned a lot about barn management and veterinarian care as well.
And would you have found that time beneficial to anyone who's thinking, like, do I take a working student position or do I go to college?
You know, I think it's a little bit tricky now. Like, before, the reason why I went to college is because my parents were like, you have to have a degree. Yeah. If you have family members that are supportive of you going out and working and really putting yourself in the industry so you learn, I think that that's a really, really good option instead of doing college. But obviously, if you have family members pushing you to get a degree, then I would say do that and just find a university that has the horses, because that's what I did. Right.
And then did you enjoy the jumping? Because you're a dressage trainer. Yeah. Did you enjoy it?
I did.
Yeah.
My instructor was incredible, Linda McLaren. She's wonderful. She thought it was fun to have a dressage rider in the program, and I thought it was great.
See, and I'm such a chicken. Like, I would be terrified, and I really need to actually do it, but I'm so focused on dressage that I just can't break out. Like, I'm so narrow-minded on it. Yeah, so,
I just did it in college. I was like, that's enough.
And the people that you went to college with, are you still connected with them?
Yes, I sure am. Emily Wolf over at Adventure Farms. We're pretty close. We went to college together, and then I have a best friend in Florida who runs a private barn and also a dog salon, and then another friend in St. Louis that I'm in touch with as well. Actually, 2 in St. Louis.
Yeah, because you just never know. This is such a small world.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's really, I want to share that with everybody. It's really small, and you just never know. Like, I have a student in Alaska, and she comes down for lessons, right? And then she moved to Texas, and then I'm driving through Texas, and if I need her, boom. You know, like, you just never know where you're going to end up in this crazy horse world.
Absolutely.
So I think with college, when you're thinking of that idea of college, working student, meet as many people because you want to build your network.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, anyone I can meet, I want to meet them.
Yeah.
Because they may have access to something I don't. They may have more knowledge than I have, and I want to latch on to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so you did go to college with the intent of becoming a professional in the equine industry.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna say goodbye, and we're gonna start a whole new series on what it was like to become a professional and what avenue, where did Heather go. So you guys hit the like button, make some noise, make a few comments, definitely share, and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Heather.